Hello everyone, Titus here. Welcome back to a TCG video, and we are doing some YGO Omega dueling to get ready for another regional in the Midwest. So, we have officially entered the Ishizu format. So for those of you who don't know, coming from Master Duel, haven't paid attention to the TCG much, Tearlament has been kind of the floating around as the best deck. And now some retrains of the anime Ishizu cards have now made this deck just even better. So we'll kind of go over it a little bit here for those of you who don't know. We are playing the Tearlament strategy, so we're playing 3 Rhino Heart. If you don't know what Rhino Heart does, at this point, when summoned, we'll send another Tearlament besides itself, and then that's for effect, and so they will trigger other Tearlaments basically to do fusion summoning off in the graveyard. If this card is in the graveyard and sent by a card effect, you can discard a Tearlament card, special summon it back, and then it banishes it from the field. It's all once per turn. So that's what he does. Then you have the 3 girls. You have the Merrily, the Shiren, and the Havness. So all of them do the same thing. All of them, when hit the graveyard by a card effect, will take a card, will take itself plus another card it can fusion with, or multiple cards it can fusion with, stack on the bottom of the deck, and then fusion summon. So that's kind of what the 3 girls do, and then each girl has a different effect. So Merrily, when summoned, will mill 3 cards by card effect. Shiren can discard a monster from your hand to special summon and then mill 3 cards by card effect. And then Havness, when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you activate Havness as a hand trap, it will summon and then mill 3 cards. So that is what those do. Then we're playing a Crime. This is a counter trap to stop spell trap or monster effects. Then you can discard a monster card as long as you have a Tearlament or Visa Starfrost on your field to negate. And then you can, if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target a banished Tearlament monster, add it to your hand. That doesn't happen too much unless they DD Crow or Bestial your Tearlament cards. So it gets a little bit of recursion, but not as much as you think it would. So it's kind of no. And then the really good one is Suliak. This one is flip it up, and then if you control a Tearlament's monster, you can target a monster your opponent controls, an effect monster, send one of your Tearlament cards and negate its effect. And that is for effect, by the way. So let's say I have Merrily on the field and they summon a Stratos. They activate Stratos' effect, I activate Suliak effect, I send the Merrily, I negate the Stratos, permanently negating the Stratos, and then I get to trigger the Merrily to fusion summon because I was sent by a card effect. Then if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you get to add a Tearlaments monster. So then you have, of course, the Terraforming to add the field spell. The field spell is incredible. The field spell is you get to add a Tearlaments monster or Visa Starfrost. Fusion monsters and Tearlaments gain 500. Also, if a Tearlaments monster you control or is in your graveyard is shuffled in the deck or extra deck, you can target 1 card in the field and destroy it. Let me tell you how good of an effect that is. It's kind of crazy because you can play on your opponent's turn as well, just because of the way this deck plays. And so not only could I get a pop on their turn, I could get a pop on my turn. And so like it even happens if they shuffle your own stuff back. And we'll get into that in just a second. So, and then we have Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion, of course, I've talked about before in my other deck profiles, is to summon the Mud Dragon or the kitkallos. Then we're playing 2 Screams. Tearlament Scream is a really cool card. You activate it if a card is normal or special summon while you control a Tearlament or a Visa Starfrost, you just get to mill 3. So you activate this, summon Rhino Heart, you mill 3, and then you send 1 that you want to send. Which is pretty cool. So it's just more ways of getting cards into the graveyard. We're playing 2 Magnamute and 1 Druisworm for our hand trap interruptions. These are quick effects. If your opponent controls a monster, banish a light or dark from their graveyard, special summon. You can also banish one from your own graveyard, but most of the time you're using it to interrupt. If you look, Merrily, Havness, Shyren are all dark monsters, so these are used to interrupt your opponent with immaculate stuff. Okay, we'll talk about the Ishizu cards in just a second. We are playing a Diviner of the Herald to send, whenever this is a normal or special summon, you send a fairy monster from the deck or extra deck to the graveyard, and if you do, you increase the level by that amount. The other one is if it's tributed, you can special summon, but we're not using it for that effect. We're using to send to gain so that we can make a rank 10, which is the Baron de Fleur. So that is what she is in here for. All the Ishizu cards are fairy monsters, so they can be sent that way. 3 Forbidden Droplet, you should probably know what this card does by now. And then Orange Lights, Drytron players, rejoice, Orange Light is back. This is just a monster negate. It's our way to beat Shifter, basically, because this deck just hard loses to Shifter. So let's talk about Ishizus. We're playing 3 Midoriya, 1 Agito, 3 Kelbeck, 3 Keldo. Midoriya and Keldo are banished from the graveyard, and then you get to target up to 3 monsters in either graveyard and shuffle them back. Midoriya and Keldo both do that single effect. They do 5 cards if you have Exchange of the Spirit on the field or in the graveyard, but most people aren't playing that version. And then Midoriya's effect is you can discard one other Earth Fairy monster, special summon this card from your hand, then place a Gravekeeper's Track from your deck face up in the spell or trap zone. Keldo is you can discard one other Earth Fairy monster, special summon this card from your hand, then add an Exchange of Spirit or one card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. And guess what? All of these mention Exchange of the Spirit because they have extra effects when Exchange of the Spirit is on here. So you can add any of them with the Keldo. And then we have Kelbeck. Kelbeck is a neat card. It's a hand trap, kind of like Havness. So if a card is sent from the hand or deck to your opponent's graveyard, you can target a special summon monster your opponent controls, special that card, then bounce that card back to the hand. Then, also, if this card is sent from hand or deck to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. Each player mills top 5 cards of their deck. If Exchange of the Spirit is in the graveyard, you can set a trap from your graveyard as well. So, in a deck that likes to mill, you get to mill 5 more if this card gets sent. Kinda crazy. Then we'll talk about Agito. We're only playing 1 Agito because you're expecting to see Tearlament mirrors a lot. Maybe not online, but definitely here soon. So basically what this card does is, if a card is sent from the hand or deck to your opponent's graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand, then you can special summon 1 level 4 Earth Fairy monster from your graveyard, except Agito. If this card is sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. Each player sends the top 5. Then, if Exchange of the Spirit is in your graveyard, you can send 5 more from the top of either player. So it doesn't have to be yours, it could be theirs if you're trying to deck them out. And so you see this a lot. So what you'll see a lot is a lot of people playing Dweller, setting up Dweller, activating Dweller, and then go ahead and activating their own Kelbeck or their Agito so that your opponent's Tearlament monsters don't trigger and yours do. So, for our extra deck, we are playing 2 kitkallos. She is like the heart and soul. When she's summoned, you get to add a Tearlaments or send a Tearlaments monster. Then she can target one Tearlaments card, just one monster you control, and then send it to the graveyard. Special summon one from hand or graveyard. And then, of course, that Tearlament will get to trigger. So if you summon Merlin, it gets to mill 3. If you summon Rhino Heart, it gets to send. And then also, if kitkallos is sent to the graveyard, she gets to mill 5. So, like, the typical combo is grab Merrily, target kitkallos with kitkallos' effect, send kitkallos, and then go ahead and summon the Merrily mill 8. Kind of crazy. Anyway. And then we have Rukalos. She's the new girl. She is basically warning for the deck. So other Aqua monsters can't be destroyed by battle. Other Aqua monsters. She can. Other Aqua monsters cannot. And then also, when your opponent activates a card or effect that includes an effect to special summon a monster, you can negate the activation. And if you do, destroy it. Then send 1 Tearlament's card from your hand or face up field to the graveyard. If this fusion summon card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon this card. So that's a lot to unravel there a bit, right? So what it basically does is if they say activate emergency teleport to summon a psychic monster, right? We can say kitkallos, negate the effect, destroy the emergency teleport. Then we can send kitkallos to the graveyard. Then kitkallos will activate its effect and special summon back. But if we do it again on the next turn and we send the kitkallos will not get the effect to special summon back because she was not fusion summoned. She was summoned from the graveyard. That's kind of how it works. What's interesting to note is say your opponent activates a Tearlament's monster in their graveyard, and you activate kitkallos to negate the summon. kitkallos will not send a card because the monster wasn't necessarily destroyed. It was negated, but it wasn't destroyed because it was already in the graveyard. So just kind of a weird thing to note there about that interaction. Then we have Kaleido Heart. He's the big boy protecting all the girls. He cannot be used as a fusion summon material, so it can't be super polyed, which is great. Then, if this card is special summoned or an aqua monster is sent to your graveyard by card effect while this card is on the field, you can target one card your opponent controls, shuffle it in the deck. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon this card, and if you do, send one Tearlament's card from your deck to your graveyard. So he's just he's interruption and recursion. And then we have, of course, Dragostapalia, Mud Dragon, and Garura. Garura is crazy. It's a super poly target. 2 monsters with the same type and attribute but different names. Any battle damage your opponent takes from this is doubled, and then you can draw a card if it's sent to the graveyard. Of course, Baron, Dweller, stops, Baguska stops stuff, Zeus for overlane. So yeah, Dweller is there for the mirror, Baguska is there for the birds, Zeus is for use of clearing stuff, Borreload to take Avermaxes, Darks to take their cards, and then we have 2 newer cards with the Sprite Sprin, basically made by level 2, and then it sends a level 2, so usually used to send Merly, or you have Elf special summons back to level 2, so also usually used to special summon back the Merly so you can mill 3 cards. I know this deck profile is going a little long and you want to see games, so let's talk about the side deck, which is a little bit newer for some people, but for TCG players and you just want to see the deck, go ahead and skip to the gameplay. So we're assigned a Magnamute, 3 talents, 3 Lightning Storm, 3 Anti-Spell for Pendulum, and then 3 there can only be 1. We're doing this for birds, and then 2 cherries for the mirror match. So that is the deck. Let's see if we can go grind some Omega ladder. Alright, what's going on again, guys? I'm totally not in a new shirt. This is totally not a different day. This is totally the same day I filmed everything else. Totally. It didn't happen that Omega was down. So we're going to activate our Parafolino here. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a Rhino Heart. We're going to activate the Scream. And then we are going to normal ourselves a Rhino Heart. We are going to trigger Rhino Heart as Chain Link 1. And then we're going to trigger Scream as Chain Link 2. We mill 3. What did we mill? Mill the Diviner, a Rhino, and the Parafolino. Okay. Okay. We want to send ourselves a Havness here because we have a Merely in hand, so we're going to send Havness. Activate Havness's effect. And we don't want to activate the Rhino Heart that's in the grave because we already have the Rhino Heart here. So we're going to go ahead and summon our kitkallos with the Rhino Heart. And ooh, we could do it with the Rhino Heart that's in grave, actually. Yeah, let's do the Rhino Heart that's in grave. Shuffle them back to the deck. Go ahead and summon our kitkallos here. We're going to trigger our kitkallos. We are not triggering our planet at all. We're going to add ourselves the trap card Solic. We're going to go ahead and add it to hand. And then we're going to activate Kit's second effect. Target itself. Summon the Merly. We're going to do Kit as Chain Link 1. And then we're going to do Merly as Chain Link 2. This is going to mill 8 cards. We've triggered a Shiren. We hit all 3 Shirens, so we really actually do need to shuffle back here. So we're going to trigger a Shiren. We don't want to trigger a Midoriya here, so we're going to go ahead and summon a kitkallos with the Shiren and the kitkallos, summon the rule kallos here. We're not triggering our... Oh, we could trigger Planet, pop Scream, grab Crime. It's actually not a bad idea. We're going to do that. We're going to pop the Scream. We are not going to trigger the other fast effect. We are going to activate our Scream effect. Going to grab our Crime here. We are not going to activate any other effects. We're going to go ahead and go into a link summoning here of the Sprite Elf, so we have some interruption on the opponent's turn. And then that is going to be a set 2 cards and pass here. So what that does is it sets up for quite a bit. We have a Rule Kallos for a negate. The Elf will grab the Merly back. The Crime can negate, and the Soliak will do a monster negate. So we have quite a lot of interaction here between players. He is turn player, so he gets priority right now. That's why it's not asking me to do anything. So for those of you who are coming from Master Duel, I know a lot of this is quick. I'm going to try and explain it as best I can. For those of you who are coming to the TCG... Oh, hey, look, it's Mystic Mine. Okay, so this is what we do for Mystic Mine. We're going to go ahead and... we can activate Crime, but we could just activate the Midoriya. Shuffle back 1, 2... 3 Tearlament cards. That's going to shuffle back 3 cards. We are not going to activate any other effects. Then we're going to activate Parafolino to go ahead and pop the Mystic Mine. So we have our own out to Mystic Mine. We could have activated the Trap as well, but we wanted to activate that just in case he has something else. So now we know he plays Mystic Mine, so we can actually... he's going to banish 6, so he's probably playing some kind of rogue deck. We probably want to negate this. We don't need our Magnum here, so we're going to send it to the grave. We don't want him to go 6 cards deep. Six cards deep is too much. Especially when he's already activated Mine. He has 4 cards in hand. He's probably playing some kind of trap stall deck. So we have to prepare for that. We do have our mills still with the Merly. He's going to activate Talents. Take control of 1 monster to the end phase. Alright, we're going to chain. We're going to summon a Merly here. He's probably going to take a Rule Kallos. And because it doesn't say target, Elf protects from targeting, but because it doesn't say target, it just says take control. He's not targeting, so it just takes. I'm surprised he didn't opt to draw 2. Oh, he took my Merly. That's weird. I don't know why you would take my Merly, but that's fine, I guess. I get to activate my Merly's effect because it was on my field. And then I get to trigger my Merly in the graveyard here to do a fusion summoning. We're going to go ahead and summon ourselves... We could summon the kitkallos. Or we could just summon the Rhino Heart, to be honest. Shuffle back the Merly. Or we could go to... We can't go to Drago. We go to Drago, that's bad. We could go to Drago now. We're gonna summon... Yeah, we're just gonna summon the kitkallos. Activate the kitkallos to trigger. And then go ahead and grab ourselves a Rhino Heart for the next turn. And so with this setup, what we can do now is if he summons any other monster and goes to any kind of link of any kind, we can Soliac and negate whatever it is, and then mill 5 off the kitkallos. Oh, it's Flu. Yeah, we'll negate the Flu. Permanently negate the Flu. He's gonna activate the yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty scary, actually. We're in kind of a pickle here. Because he's going to get the Eaglin effect, and then he's going to get a Rabina. It's Rabina, sorry. Someone at my local says Rabina. I don't like it, but I just did it. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Probably should have played around it. It's a Flu. That's an Impen. So he's going to normal summon the Robin. He had the Rabina. Activate the Rabina effect. Chainlink 2 Eglin to add it back. We're in a tough spot. We're in a really tough spot. Even with all that interaction, they all normal summon, and Rule Kalos protects against special summons. So there's no reason for me to make Rule Kalos in the mirror, or in this match here. I really actually need to make a Baguska. There's a barrier statue. That's fine. He's not going to be able to clear our board. Summon Impen. That's fine. Impen's going to go grab Dreaming Town, I'm guessing. Yep, Dreaming Town is good. There's barrier statue. We're actually kind of fine with this at the moment. He can only clear one of these monsters, and he has to attack Rule Kalos specifically. Because if he doesn't, he attacks... He can attack Elf, he can attack Kit, but Kit won't be destroyed by battle because of Rule. And so it makes it so that he has to either choose the Rule or the Elf, and then I have a kitkallos for the next turn. I get to negate his Stormwinds, his barrier statue, and then we have to kind of play through the rest of his board. So I also have the okay, that's fine. I have Elf plays on the next turn, so I can make a Baron to floor. And drained by the half, that's fine. I mean, 2. I know he has Dreaming Town map. An Eaglin in hand. He's going to set the Dreaming Town. And he's going to pass. During the end phase, activate a card fast effect. No, we're okay. So we're going to draw. We're going to draw a melee for turn. Okay. So anytime we normal summon, he's going to get an additional normal summon. Through this map here. So we don't want to normal summon. We could force his interaction if we go to battle phase. We could negate his card with the Soliac, which is interesting. So we negate it with the Soliac. We could special summon. We'd have to mill really well. Yeah, we'll activate this. We'll activate this, target this. It permanently negates it as well. So even if he does something, it's permanently negated. Unless he stops this specifically. Alright, so we're going to tribute the kitkallos. We're going to activate the kitkallos engrave. We're going to mill 5. Oh man, we milled really good there. Okay, we milled every single name. So we are gonna trigger Havness, Shiren, Merrily, and we're not gonna trigger the Kelbeck at all. So we have 3 fusions we're gonna do here. First is kitkallos, Merrily plus the Rule Kalos to kitkallos. And then we're gonna do Kaleido Heart, Shiren, Rhino Heart, kitkallos Engrave. I should have put that in attack mode. That was really stupid of me. And then we have... Yeah, we can do Mud Dragon with the Bisted cards plus the Havness. So we'll go ahead and do the Druid Worm here. We'll summon it here. Attack mode. Alright, so now we have a bunch of trigger effects, basically. We're going to do Chainlink 1, Kaleido Heart, targeting the M-Pen. Chainlink 2, Planet, target the map. Now he gets to react here, and he's probably going to Dreaming Town. The crazy thing is we've used all of our names, but we can actually do some cool stuff. So he's going to Eaglin here. Eaglin's going to resolve. Rabina's Chainlink. This is fine. He grabbed a... what exactly? He grabbed another Robin. Hey Cindy, how are you? And then... how was your con, by the way? Revealed the Eaglin, that's fine. Summon the Robin. Robin effect. Yep, summon the Eaglin, that's fine. Eaglin effect. Okay. Oh, right, I can't activate this because of... I can't activate this because of the M-Pen. Okay. It's gonna be really hard for him to attack over the Mud Dragon. Alright, we're doing fine here. Alright. We could instant fusion for another kitkallos. We can normal summon Merrily now, so we will do so. We'll activate Merrily's effect to mill 3. I am good. I am a little tired, but I am good. Trying to practice for an upcoming tournament that I have. So we are going to shuffle back our tier spells, tier and droplet. Okay. Okay. The problem is this is dead, and I can't do anything about it. We're gonna end phase here. The reason why we're end phasing here is because Soliek is still alive. So whatever he summons, we can just merrily. This is gonna be a long duel. Buckle up, kids. This is a hard matchup and a matchup that I need to learn, so it's good that I'm practicing. Yep. So, did he add another... That's fine. We'll allow that to happen. Because he's probably going to want to summon a Ryza here. He grabs Rapina, he's going to summon a... He's going to grab a Ryza. But I don't think I care about Ryza really at all. This weekend. Yeah, it's this weekend. Right, he's summoning this. We're going to activate Soliak here. We're gonna target the Impen, actually. He could respond with the adventure if he wanted to. I don't know why he would though. It would be kind of weird. But he could respond. Yeah, he's going to. Okay. Yep, this dodges super well. Oh, he tributed that. That's weird. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Grabbed another Impen. Okay. So he gets to resolve summon the Toucan. Oh, he's gonna go ahead and just summon an Impen again. Okay. That's fine. We're gonna chain Merrily here. And no other effects. We are going to make ourselves a Dragostapelia with the Merrily and the kitkallos that is right there. We're going to summon it in defense here. That way it can activate. Now, negating the Impen won't really actually do anything for us. Because it's not an activated effect. Planet is Chainlink 1. Pop the Impen. This is Chainlink 2. Target this. Oh, he got it. Alright, thank God. Okay. Now we're going into siding, and this is where this gets really difficult. This is going to be a really hard match. So the Bistids come out because they don't do anything for us at all in this matchup. Like, not even a little bit. We're going to swap them out with Lightning Storms. Droplet, insanely helpful. The Arc Lights we need because of D-Shifter. There can only be one, like, just murders their deck. But that's only a going first card. I think we have to just prey on Lightning Storms. And if we lose, we worry about the next match. So I'm going to pause here, and then when we come back, we'll be in the next match. Well, I guess, unfortunately, he didn't want to play against us, so we won! Yay! Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you go down and subscribe for more TCG videos, and join us in Twitch chat so you can see these live. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of good people. We'll see you in the next